One of our biggest philosophies is bringing the outside in, right? Breaking down that barrier between inside and out, really trying to connect you with nature as much as possible.
Today we're in Park City, Utah, inside the gated community of Promontory at this newly completed architectural statement sitting here on the ridgeline of these mountains, overlooking the canyon below and the Uinta Mountains off in the distance. It is stunning. Every angle, every line of this home has a new story, and it just changes as we tour this home. And honestly, we've never toured anything like this on the channel quite yet. I mean, look at the exterior of this home. Just the architectural planes cascading over one another, and you have brass, bronze, and copper cladding just wrapping all those shapes. It is so stunning, and obviously these will patina as the home evolves throughout time. And this is your entrance, guys. You walk over your heated wrapped driveway, over this catwalk just wrapped in glass to your front entrance, and then straight through the home you see just the sides of these mountains, and it all opens back up when you travel throughout this space. But this was designed by my friends at Upwall Design. Their homes are so distinct. I mean, you tour these communities, as you wander through them, drive around, you can almost point out which one is an Upwall home because of their distinct architectural language and their geometric shapes that they pull out and the curvilinear lines through some of the homes. It really is just so stunning. And this was built and constructed by McGinnis Homes here in Utah. And they take on only a couple projects a year. And this is one they were obviously very heavily involved in every step of the way. And you can tell nothing here went unchecked. But now walking to your nearly 8-foot tall glass pivot door, we get a little bit closer to your views. I mean, the glass surrounding, you just notice the landscape, very natural. It really does feel like they left it as is. It's like, did the home come before? Or, it's just one of those deals. They did a great job integrating it with the space. But like I said, heated driveway wrapping to your 2-stall car garage, oversized doors, that black contrast, the black painted metal contrasting nicely with these natural materials. And then you could also just walk straight up to your side entrance, get a great glimpse of the views in the mountains in the backdrop, all snow-capped beautifully. And then they've actually split open a piece of granite where that gas fireplace is. So you can kind of get nice and warm before entering the space and just hang out and enjoy the Utah weather. I mean, right now we've got a little bit of snow. It's kind of sparse. It's snowing here and there. So I think as we tour this, you'll see the weather change drastically throughout the video. But that's just how it is here, But as you enter into the home, we get a little bit closer to these views once again. And just how intentional they constructed this home. So you'll notice the views are concentrated downward towards the canyon where you have all the ski trails, the biking trails, walking trails. This home really just punches out when you're down below. But they've done this on purpose because you've got neighbors on your right and left, right? So to create more of an intimate, private experience, they've narrowed your view, but still lots of glass, great lighting throughout, and those cascading architectural elements that are layered bring natural light everywhere throughout the home. So right here, I want to break down the specs of this home. So 8,130 square feet of interior space, just over 9,400 if you count the patio spaces where the hot tub is and different hangout spots outside. But inside these walls, a lot of volume. But they've dropped the ceiling height just a little bit. So you're creating a little bit of suspension anticipation as you go up and open out to the eastward facing views over to those mountains. But off to my left, you've got the primary wing and the Zen Room, and then down below, the Bunk room. So Lydia will show you guys that a little bit later. But I did want to mention that this home is actually on the market. So Sean Brown with Sotheby's here in Utah is listing this home. And every piece of furniture and decor has just been hand selected for the space. And really at the same time, it feels like art, but it feels very homey and welcoming every step of the way. But right here, you've got a sliding glass door that opens up to this private sheltered patio. You just overlook obviously the mountains and get a fresh breath of air from the Utah mountains as well, flowing into this kitchen. So you've got the Taj Mahal, quartzite waterfall over into this prep kitchen area, the wine refrigerator down below, and ready for this, Lydia?
What is it?
I'm gonna do some magic right now.
That is impressive.
Just summoned it from them. Now this is cool. But yeah, you've got obviously it all wrapped in that quartzite blending into this countertop, and you've got those throughout this kitchen. So just again, ease of use, the subtle details in this home. It's very functional, although it lives like art. I mean, it's stunning here. Just standing here, looking out over into the dining and the living room and the views. Everything just cascades and follows the exterior lines into the inside, which I thought was really cool. And now here behind me, creating for that really high-end industrial finish, is all this engineered wood paneling to mimic brushed steel. So you'd think it was, just by looking at it and even feeling it, and even looking up here, the paneling and cabinetry just follows the exterior roof line onto the interior. There's so many details in this home, and they're very subtle. When you walk into a home like this for the first time, you're not really thinking about all the details and materials and the touches and finishes. You more just walk in, you're like, wow, this space it just feels good when you walk into it. But in this home tour, we're gonna touch on some details.
You got it.
We got it, right? So not only do we have the Taj Mahal in this geometric shape on this island, but backing it on this hood range, we have this Cristallo Bluette quartzite, all the beautiful veining, those deep oranges just bringing out the Alaskan cedar on this ceiling, just creating for more warmth here in this space. And of course, you've got the 6-burner gas stove. Yeah, this hood range is just monolithic. It was actually done by hot rolling steel. So that's manufactured, but then it has this flame oxidized finish. It creates for just a really cool grounding moment and pulls you over to this side of the home. I'm gonna go around and just like,
that's such a great detail. Just a full video of you doing that.
That is so cool. I love those. And I love how you just touch it and you don't have to push it, they just go back in.
It's very satisfying.
It's very satisfying. But over here, we've got a little butler's pantry just off your refrigerator. And all these appliances from the freezer and refrigerators are Gagno. So high end everywhere and every turn. So this is actually all sawn face Indiana limestone. So it's very smooth, diamond cuts, it's just buttery. But inside here, you've got microwave, Taj Mahal, and of course the sink, and just great storage space for anything, any of your appliances back in here. But if you don't want any of that mess shown, right? If you're working, you got a team in here, you know, a chef, you can just close this right up. Again, the fog glass just creates for a nice soft, you know, warm touch, and you'll see that throughout this home. But we're gonna wrap around this dining table because this is a showpiece in itself, and all these furniture pieces, the decor, the lighting, the furniture throughout was all done by a studio pace. I mean, starting here at the dining table, you get the leather on each end of the table and the upholstered chairs on the opposing side, and then hanging above. I mean, a lot of these pieces, it's very sculptural-like, following obviously the sculptural-like feeling of this home. And it feels like you zoomed in into like a molecular level, and these are like different, you know, molecules bonding together to form this fixture. And it's all being hung up by this wire.
It's my favorite fixture in the house.
It might be mine too. There's a few more.
In the powder bath, back this way.
Oh yeah, we'll see that. That one's
really cool.
They're all stunning. I mean, it's artwork, right? But behind backdropping, you have more of the plaster that we've been seeing throughout, but this time in brown. And the drop ceilings just create for this really cool dimension and depth. And you'll even notice down below, all the floorboards, all the baseboards are integrated into the wall. So everything's very clean, it's very flush. And then more art backdropping with that almost gold leaf-like finish inside all the bowls, reflecting the light that this space gets. But now walking over, this side of the home just carries so much weight. This is winter wood granite. And here the fireplace just pulls your eyes into it, these concave cuts, similar to the exterior of this home with all those soffits, just expanding out towards the views. So I love how we've reflected and mimicked that onto the interiors. But you've got 2 industrial stools set up, this auburn rug, the curvy L-shaped couch, the organic textures, and speaking of organic materials, you literally have a tree trunk slab as a coffee table. But just that raw edge is so beautiful, and I have to comment on the views, of course, and the fact that these windows are literally slanted outward at a 14-degree angle, and it really just expands outwards towards the mountains and the clouds. I mean, the soffit expands upward. Your views are just increased.
I know, I just love watching the clouds roll over the Uinta Mountains. It's so beautiful, and it's just like a moving picture hanging out here by your fireplace, and
yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it is so relaxing here. I wish like people watching this could have the experience of being here.
I know.
And I hope the video gets across, you know, as best as we can, because your views as we face east, you got incredible sunrises. So I hope we're able to catch that on a cloudless day one of these mornings. But looking back this way is another great sight line. All those cuts, you know, around those layered roof lines is so, I mean, it's just so well thought out. So, right, as that sun sets, typically your light would be zapped, it'd be gone. But they've added it back into this home. So very thoughtful, and a very Upwall thing to do is just being thoughtful with how you interact with the space. So now we're actually going to talk with Gage Upwall, who led this project, of course, with his dad, Michael Upwall, who started this back in, I want to say, the 90s, right? So they've been at this for a long time here in Utah. And of course, we're going to speak with Holden and the man who built this, McGinnis Homes here in Utah. So it's going to be a good combo to have everyone here. Okay, guys, so this is rare that I have pretty much everyone here who is a part of this project. Tell me a little bit about how it came together and kind of the idea behind Copperfold.
Yeah, I think it really started with the client. Samson and I worked together on the first house with this client up in the colony. Allow us to push the envelope, the design language of what mountain architecture really can be. We were really excited to just push the envelope even further, you know, take all that energy and all that kind of design language that we established in his first house and really just knock it out of the park with the second house.
Also being able to be challenged, I guess, by the level of architecture that Upwall creates is also, it's a process, of course, and you're always wanting to be challenged, and it furthers your scope and ability, you know, down the road for the next one and the next one. And it's always a fun process. I've done several projects with these guys and love every one of them.
How does, I guess, blending the fine line of design and functionality align with this project? Because, you know, when I'm walking up to this property on one of the hiking trails behind me, behind these pitched windows that are like literally leaning over the views here, it is awe. Like, you're like, who lives in that home? Like, how did this come to be?
For all the, you know, fascinating parts of the house, it really does start with the function. You know, form follows function. We start with the floor plan. We lay it out with the client, and we make sure that it's living the way that they want it to, right? And then from there, we can kind of start exploring the home vertically, you know, volumetrically. How low do the ceilings get? You know, we knew our prime view angle was really to the Uintas through this window. This lot is kind of down in a ravine almost. Being able to give them a high sense of privacy was important to them. But then also, you know, taking advantage of the most important parts of the lot, which I think was that view to the Uinta.
I think coming in and feeling this sense of scale in here, it feels, because sometimes you get into these massive homes and you walk in and you're kind of like lost in this space. But this one has just even back in that corner all the way up to here, like you have a great difference in scale, but it doesn't feel like you're getting lost. You instantly, it has a home feeling to it, while it's also still so sculptural. When you're looking at it from the outside, you don't think something that looks, you know, with these cascading elements, it's like, how is that gonna feel like a home?
Hopefully when people leave this home, they do kind of leave with a unique experience.
It's so cool that we're able to get everyone in one room for a bit. It's very rare that you're able to do that. So it was really cool that they made the time here today at Copperfold. But more of that very just buttery smooth Indiana limestone, just again from the exterior pulled into the interior this time. And we're gonna walk down towards what is really a big focal point. I mean, this is adding a little bit of, you know, layer of drama. I mean, you'll notice the curvature, this floating drop down ceiling. I mean, 500 pieces of wood to make up this. Wow. It is so cool. And it just, again, the door just dissolves into it. And you know, this is your garage door. So you're gonna be using this quite a bit, and just walking through this, getting to catch a glimpse of the views off to your left as you walk into this home, seeing the fireplace, your family and friends are hanging out. It's just a really cool atmosphere. And it's just fun that they did this, but it leads you straight out to the motor court where that gas fireplace awaits. And just down over here, we have that powder room with this really fun pendant light that Lydia was talking about.
It's definitely my second favorite one.
The second favorite one, yeah. And it has like this Balinese vibe with that, you know, the concrete blocks on the backdrop, the ceiling, the ambient lighting, everything just feels like it's floating, included with this vanity right here. And then of course, you've got what doubles as your laundry and mudroom in here, so you can hang up things in the closet, on the hooks, and another thoughtful window. Again, Upwall just does such a great job with adding thoughtful windows and lighting everywhere. I mean, you can see the ambient lighting as we walk back down this hallway. It is just so cool. I mean, this is from your garage, guys.
It's such a statement.
It is a huge statement. And in that garage, you have epoxy floors. You've got mountain bikes set up, road bikes. I mean, you can just really pull out of your garage on the back door, go out to your grill. There's a seating arrangement. You could just walk and wrap around this property, have a picnic or a table down there waiting for you, and just enjoy a little bit of outside time with your friends and family. But we're gonna travel across this corridor, this hallway that's set up like a gallery. I mean, there's so much artwork. There's just the thoughtful lighting even above each of these pieces of art. And at the very end of the hallway, again, notice the architectural lines just following from the exterior now into the inside. This is now entering into the primary wing. So you're gonna take 2 steps down into our Zen room. So off to our left is the primary suite, but I wanna show you guys this because you've got this similar corrugated fogged glass that we saw in the butler's pantry, followed right here. So if someone's in here, you'll see the light pop on and just these beautiful reds and oranges illuminating back, but you're on the corner of the home now overlooking the motor court. And you've got this textured wallpaper and just these really cool textiles and rugs overlapping. Obviously a very Eastern Asia influence as we've seen throughout this home tour, followed into here in the Zen room. So you've got these modular low profile couches and just different pieces. And it just feels really, really eclectic in here, especially with this chandelier above. Now, I'm gonna show you guys the primary suite because this is almost attached to the same room, but you just go through these 2 sets of French doors and it all opens up to your primary suite. And I mean, I just have to make sure they're comfortable.
Take a load off for a second.
Yeah, no, they're comfortable, Lid.
Really?
Yeah, they're comfortable.
I haven't sat in them yet.
But yeah, you have these really cool low profile, you know, organic shaped couches that you can just move around your room. And then right next to the fireplace.
I look so cozy. I can imagine grabbing a book and just hanging out right here for a couple of hours maybe.
Yeah, this would be your book spot, just watching the snowfall. Hopefully we get snow. But this entire assembly just feels like it's floating. You've got the ribbed steel just going through the marble, almost looks like it's pushing through the roof line. And then this marble, super smooth, that rustic color just coming out of there, just complementing this yellow Alaskan cedar. It really, everything just blends and bonds so well here in this space. And of course, I have to comment on the fact that these windows, again, they're done at that 14-degree pitch, and the soffits with that yellow cedar, just the transition. Look at this. It's going through, matching the angle, going through into the exterior. And you're gonna see that weather and just create for a really nice, just alpine mountain home vibe.
It really does.
So cool. But over here, you've got the bed set up just off this little seating area. Then you have this textured wallpaper backing your headboard here. And there's just this continuous rope pattern that follows. And it just feels like one piece of rope wrapping this back wall. Is so cool. And it's the different textures, plasters. There really is very little drywall in this home. There's just so much depth created, again, by these lights and just how all the different angles are mimicking the exterior once again, but more of those monolithic, very industrious vibe happening on these pendants above your bedside table, just softly illuminating this space. I mean, there's really no harsh downlighting in this home. And I love how intentional they did that because, you know, if you're waking up in the middle of the night, the last thing you want is the sun you know, by flipping on a switch. So there's just so much ambient lighting happening every step along the way. I mean, literally walked into my own words. I mean, this feels like a star-lit path, like you're following the stars in the night sky, but you're going down to your primary suite bathroom and closet. So here we have the pocket door in the closet to divide what you're doing in here, floor to ceiling, custom built-ins everywhere, a really nice glow with that circular chandelier right above your porcelain-topped island, and then the floor to ceiling mirror right here so you can get ready before you go to slopes or whatever you're doing that day here in Park City. But now into the bathroom. If you don't want that ambient lit experience, you just hit another button on the wall and this all gets brightened back up again so you can get ready. But you've got the water closet off to my right behind me. More of that porcelain just wrapping the floor, mimicking Italian Calicotta marble. So it's beautiful in the way it's laid out with that really subtle warm veining. And then backing this wall, this is called Blue Belge limestone. And the texture is this oxide finish. So it's very textured. It actually feels really cool to the touch as well, but it just nicely contrasts the smooth finish that we have everywhere else. And of course, a little pendant fixture just elevating this experience, and then the tub. It's so cool. You have this massive deep soaking tub, freestanding, everything's coming out of the ground, super seamless with incredible views of some of the ridge lines and mountains here in Utah. But off to my left, you have that wet entry shower with another thoughtful cutout for light, but you've got the rainfall, the plastered ceilings and walls. Everything has a touch to it here in this space. But now back across, we're actually going to now go down to the lower level. So we got 4 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms here in this over 8,000 square foot home here, up 2 steps. And now this is my favorite shot in the entire home. You just look straight down this hallway, the shades go up, and like Lydia was saying, you can just watch the clouds crawl over the mountains. But now we're gonna switch off here and I'm gonna have Lydia show you guys the lower level of this home. And as I was saying at the beginning of this video, you're gonna see the weather shift. So I think it's really trying to snow, guys. It's really trying.
It is. But something that's super unique about this home and this lower level is notice all the glass and the light pouring into your lower level. You never see that.
You typically don't. A lot of the lower levels are underground, and the way
they're dark.
And they're dark, but the way this one is positioned, way different.
Exactly. And this viewpoint right here is one of my favorites. It's so beautiful seeing the outside of this home and all those lines. It's just stunning.
It is so cool. And as I'm looking through the windows right now, I can actually see more of the mountains opening back up. It's so cool. A lot of unexpected moments in this home.
And then look at how fun this little seating area is. I love that they integrated this in to the staircase here. It's so fun.
And under each limestone step, you have that integrated light. So here in the evening, when that sun starts dropping like it is now, the atmosphere and just vibe just shifts. And I gotta point out this, Lyd. That's the catwalk where we started this tour. And now we're looking up at it.
I know. It's like I was saying, it's so unique seeing this for being the lower level of your home.
You never see this type of architecture,
no.
But only in Upwall Homes, right?
Exactly. And something really cool about this home I wanted to mention, because it's coming in handy for Gavin and I right now, is in some of the bedrooms, there's an integrated oxygen system. So if you're not from here, you can take a deep breath, because I am out of breath being here. I'm not used to this.
Yeah, we're at 6,700 feet of elevation here in Park City. And during the night, it just helps you get rid of those 4 or 5 days to adjust to the oxygen level and just go skiing. Because that's realistically, that's what the new homeowner is going to be doing. They're going to be doing a lot of skiing, a lot of outdoor stuff. So it's nice to be adjusted.
You're not missing out on anything because it's set here for you. But you have this fun little seating area with the built-in bench-like seating, pops of color everywhere.
So much color.
Yeah.
And textures around every corner. But now into our guest bed.
We'll call this the purple room because
the purple room. Okay, I like that.
The purple rug right here. And this bed frame is so unique. And Gavin, what does this remind you of?
Yeah, well, it's got that really cool Indo-like quality, but it's Japanese inspired. But we sat on one of those at Bond, which is a really cool home that we visited. But every room in this home is going to have an ensuite, as Lydia's walking into.
You've got porcelain on the walls here and into your walk-in shower, natural lighting coming in, and it's just super moody in here. But if you need more light, you got it with a press of the button to get ready to go skiing, go out, anything that you need. Built-in closet right here, all custom. And then down this hallway, the rugs are just taking you exactly where you need to go.
Look at this.
Another beautiful room with so much color. That's
Love
just
the color.
taking inspiration from this picture frame dress right here.
Yeah, it's got that, ceremonial quality, and they're just pulling a lot of those rich colors into the different decor here.
And look how fun this is. I flipped this one quite a long time ago, and it's kind of taking forever to do, but maybe by the time we're done doing this tour, it'll be done. Back here, you have your ensuite. Again, all this natural lighting coming in, and look at how cute this little light is. It's adorable.
That is so fun.
I love that.
There's so much thoughtful lighting here in this space, but I think across the hall is
Your gym. Here's
this
your
is nice.
home gym and your steam room. Again, everything looks like it's floating. You got this bench in here where you can sit and relax, and with the light coming out underneath, it makes it look like everything's floating. Then over here, you have a powder bathroom again, and
Little
then
powder bath.
stepping back out this way, we're gonna go check out the bunk room.
Ooh, the bunk room's actually so cool. And I can see those steps illuminating now. And I love that we're turning this home towards the end of the day as the sun is dropped behind the mountains, because we get to see these, these ambient lights kick on and the whole vibe shifts.
Exactly, and this feels kind of like it's your main living area.
Yeah, it does.
With all the
So
glass and the light coming in.
True.
This is my favorite part.
What, the hot tub?
The hot tub. It's such a great vibe.
I mean, okay, I don't understand the infatuation with women in like boiling hot water showers.
It's such, imagine it's snowing and it's cold out, and then you're in the hot tub, you're warm and cozy, you have maybe a snack, you've got drinks, and then speaking of...
I'm there with you, I get it.
I don't have to do too much convincing.
No, I hear it.
And then here you have your wet bar, so you have, access to your drinks, your snacks, detailing on the countertops and the walls here, and the integrated lighting.
Just textures, details everywhere, and now, wow. the bunk
Here's
room.
your bunk spot.
I mean, talk about great use of space. These are just all hidden away behind these doors. It's
Exactly.
so cool.
And this is a queen size bed and then a twin up top. So yeah, it's for the kids, but also I wouldn't be mad sleeping here.
No, not at all.
And then this detail right here is so fun with the light. So if you want it off, you just push it in and then turn it back on.
Oh, that's cool.
You pull it out.
That is so cool. And I did want to point out, as Lydia pulls this door shut, so if someone doesn't make their bed, right, you can close this entire area off. And look at the textures here. There's actually metal integrated into those doors. So just textures everywhere in this home.
And then you have a little hangout spot. So after you're done in the hot tub, you dry off, you can come watch a movie here. Beautiful furniture here with the petrified wood. It's just such another great spot.
Yeah, I mean, the natural material source into here, just the colors, everything just warms up and complements once again.
And the wallpaper, this texture, I feel bad calling it wallpaper because it is so nice.
Yeah, it's coming back. Wallpaper is very much here, especially in these higher end homes with these different textures, because it just works so well.
It's very satisfying to the touch.
Yeah, it is.
And then in here is another bedroom, and I can just imagine cozying up, dimming all the lights, putting on a movie, putting the blackout shades down, and just being done for the night.
Just being done for the day. I mean, you got speakers integrated into these recessed tray
It
ceilings.
sounds so good.
And then Gage, right, the architect with Upwall, check this out. He was showing me this. I didn't even see this at first, but this is how they've gotten light down here to the lower level area. So that same pattern is now following down here to reach the lower level. So it's all fogged, out of privacy, but I thought that was a really cool detail that, again, you never see that.
It is. That's why I feel like I'm on the main level.
Right.
It's so special. And then in here, you have a huge walk-in ensuite. You've got this really cute, again, light fixture. It reminds me of tulips hanging from the ceiling. You got your bathtub, walk-in shower, and again, the natural light coming in.
Whether you're here for if this is a part-time thing for you and you're just a guest and you're here for a couple days skiing, or if you're here as a full-timer, You've got everything at your disposal here in this house. It's
You
turnkey.
really do. And then back here, we've got just a few more things. Down this hallway, over here you have another powder bathroom with this really cool sconce that looks like ice. And then to my left, you have your laundry room.
But now, since we've seen the entire home, I think it's time we're gonna see how this home really feels and the experience here at Copperfold at night. After spending a few days inside Copperfold, one thing became very clear. Just how intentional everything feels, every line, every material, and the way each space connected to the next just felt incredibly deliberate. And after spending time with the team at Upwall and learning more about the thinking behind it, those decisions begin to make even more sense. Even the way the home considers natural light throughout the day just felt thoughtful. But more than anything, Copperfold feels like more than just a home. It becomes an experience.